also, because I was this shit's been all over my Twitter timeline, but like they've canceled every single Japanese artist that was slated to perform in mainland China, every single one, including one that was really fucked up, where this like Japanese lady was like literally singing at the Bandai Namco performance in Shanghai. They stopped it mid-performance where she was on stage. I saw a video of a tourist asking a Japanese vendor who were his favorite tourists, and he said Chinese. They asked why, and the vendor said Chinese tourists might be loud and gross, but they buy a lot of stuff, and Western tourists are polite and like to talk to him, but they don't buy anything. Yeah, Chinese tourists love purchasing shit. It's true. Anything that's limited edition, they will buy. All right. There were some videos that I wanted to watch, but CCP are censoring Japanese performers in China. Yeah, I saw they're doing BDS to Japan right now over Japan's statements on Taiwan. The new right-wing Japanese PM said that they would militarily involve themselves with Taiwan. And that was obviously like a major fucking no-no. Technically, in 1945, pre-end of the Civil War, I think Taiwan was a part of the ROC. And then the official recognition came with Nixon and Kissinger for PRC, People's Republic of China, mainland China. The official Japanese stance is the same as the official American stance, which is that Taiwan is a part of China, right? That is the official stance of both of these countries. So when Japan says like, oh, we're going to militarily involve ourselves with Taiwan, of course, for many Chinese people and the government, how do I describe it? It's a very old wound that isn't that old, if you know what I mean. It's a reminder of Japanese colonization of China. So they're not gonna, they're not gonna take that in stride. They're definitely, understandably going to feel not very chill about that. And they reacted it with, they went back and I think it was like 400,000 trips from China to Japan were canceled. 400,000 trips from China to Japan were canceled. I think Osaka travel, like tourism, is down like 40% already, because a major part of Japanese tourism is also Chinese tourism. Chinese tourists going to Japan. Also, because I was this shit's been all over my Twitter timeline, but like they've canceled every single Japanese artist that was slated to perform in mainland China, every single one, including one that was really fucked up, where this like Japanese lady was like literally singing at the Bandai Namco performance in Shanghai. They stopped it mid-performance where she was on stage. Okay, but isn't it insane to punish artists? No, they do not fuck around, man. I agree. I don't disagree with you, but this is the level that they're taking it in terms of boycott. That was an anime convention. They also canceled the following 2 days of the convention. Yeah. It is pretty wild though, like how much of an impact this has had. Look, yeah, I saw this. The Chinese government's call on citizens to stop visiting Japan is hitting. Osaka, some hotels are reporting 50 to 70% of room reservations have been canceled. China was the #1 source of foreign tourists to Osaka this year. So 50% から 70%. Chinese travel to Japan is massive, okay? It's a major part of Japanese tourism. Japan is not too excited about the volume of their tourism. I mean, the Japanese population might be excited that like the Chinese aren't coming in droves into Japan, but the Japanese government is not going to be excited about that, because the Japanese government understands that their economy heavily relies on tourism, specifically Chinese tourism. I was interviewed for this Bloomberg article about China delaying the release of Japanese films after Takeichi's Taiwan remarks. Japan-China spat clouds anime booms momentum in China. It is noteworthy that Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, which has made tens of millions of dollars in China, has not been pulled from theaters, said Jeffrey Hall, a lecturer at Kondo University of International Studies in Chiba Prefecture. Pulling the film might spark a backlash in China given the immense popularity of the franchise, while ticket sales around the world would have dulled any pain inflicted, he said. It looks like the appearance of taking strict action to punish Japan rather than the reality of the results might matter more to Beijing. The people crave demons to slay? Yeah. I saw a video of a tourist asking a Japanese vendor who were his favorite tourists, and he said Chinese. They asked why, and the vendor said Chinese tourists might be loud and gross, but they buy a lot of stuff, and Western tourists are polite and like to talk to him, but they don't buy anything. Yeah, Chinese tourists love purchasing shit. It's true. Anything that's limited edition, they will buy. What is this? That didn't take long. Trump's trade deals already blowing up industries and governments in Asia.
It's hard for policy analysts to make sense of the news out of Washington or from other capitals after.
Meanwhile, American tourists in Japan. Oh yeah, I saw this. This is not not even just American tourists, but U.S. military police have suspended solo patrols in Okinawa after they wrongly body slammed and detained an American civilian who was visiting and not under their jurisdiction. Brother, this is one of the craziest fucking things. Just American cops, even if they're military cops, behaving like cops in fucking Okinawa. Illegally, by the way. Like, this is not their jurisdiction. Military police is not supposed to be, first of all, patrolling the streets of Japan. And the only time where they're supposed to be operating off base is if they're trying to rein in, I don't know, like a drunk rapist Marine or something, right? And even then, it's supposed to be handled by the Japanese police, and then the military police comes in after the fact. There is like some strict restrictions about this because, like, otherwise, are you actually technically colonizing? What is your ousting position on Taiwan? I haven't been there. If you made it clear many times, I am in favor of whatever the Taiwanese people want to do, and from what I understand, the overwhelmingly popular position, especially currently, has been to not rock the boat. Status quo. Status quo in the direction of independence obviously is higher, but status quo for now and then potentially independence in the future is the highest ranking. But the highest ranking is always status quo, just status quo. Continuing with current status quo is the highest ranking position in Taiwan, and that is obviously understandable considering that they just don't want like instability. There are many people in Taiwan. First of all, people in Taiwan are also, Chinese. They're Chinese, right? And while they're Chinese, they get basically the best of both worlds, right? For the longest time, Taipei has been able to have strong trade relations with mainland China and build factories in mainland China. Like, for the longest time, in the aftermath of the KMT escaping, Chiang Kai-shek's forces escaping into the island of Formosa, now known as Taiwan, and then basically eradicating the indigenous population there, and creating the stronghold of the Republic of China, which literally thinks it owns the entirety of the mainland China, including like even more parts of Mongolia, which was in the beginning. The KMT's current position is actually normalizing relations with China as opposed to moving in the direction of America. The other party that won in the last elections is CIA-backed, America-backed party, and they are very much anti-normalizing relations with China. Having said that, however, for the longest time, Taiwan has been able to take advantage, the DPP, Taiwan has been able to take advantage of being a like Western base, basically, for American interests in terms of encircling China, and therefore have had great trade relations with America, and also have been able to develop tremendously with American investment while simultaneously building factories in China and having good manufacturing relations in China, in mainland China. So they were able to win the best of both worlds. Having said that, what ended up happening now is that mainland China has advanced so much that I feel like regardless of the trade advantages that Taiwan initially had, there can be an argument made that like mainland China has moved beyond the advancements that Taiwan had with its unique position, having one foot in mainland China and then another in the West. But still, there are many people from Taiwan that work in China. There are more advantages for people who live in Taiwan to continue to continue status quo politics with mainland China instead of trying to cut ties, because the economy in Taiwan absolutely relies on mainland China. And I don't think it'll ever get to a point where Taiwan will be able to completely sever ties with mainland China.